What's poppin', people? Today I'm going to teach you guys how to write scripts that have actual good hooks. Hooks that make people want to stay with the rest of the video, whether it be a Facebook ad or whether it just wants to be a regular reel that's going to go viral. If you don't know who I am, my name is Holden Glass, professional copywriter of 2 years. I've actually made a lot of my money and a lot of my clients' money with short form scripts, ad scripts, this type of content. And one reason I've been so successful in that field is because I understood that the money was in the hooks. Obviously, the whole script is important. All copy is important. But when it comes to writing scripts, and then emails as well, but that's a different type of hook that we'll get into maybe at another time. When it comes to this piece of copy specifically, hooks are what you want to do the best. So I'm actually going to delve right into this. If you've been in business for a decent amount of time, you've likely heard the phrase that 80% of copywriting is research. This is true. It's 20% writing, 80% research. You always want to do in-depth, deep research before you start writing any. Well, you can outline, but even still, you kind of want to do some research before you outline. The best copy works because the person behind it spent hours researching different angles, competitors, everything about the ideal prospect, and even the product or service being sold. Guys, research has a connotation behind it. I think it's because of school and because of science, where it's like you have to read a bunch of peer-reviewed articles, yada yada. No, that's not what research means. Research just means looking deeply into something. So you can research your own product, you can research your own business, you can research your own service, you can research your own offer, as well as competitors, as well as angles, different types of marketing that could inspire you and whatever campaign you're currently working on, whatever funnel you're currently building. And so when it comes to researching for virality, there's a specific process that I use that let my clients hit six figures within months of starting their coaching programs. And you just have four questions that you always want to answer before you get started with the writing process. And that is, who exactly are we selling to? What are their current beliefs? And how do we either confirm or challenge those beliefs? What authority does my client slash my brand have? Bold hooks need to be qualified immediately. The best hooks, the ones that make things go viral, the ones that make people click through, have a bold claim in the hook. We'll get on that later. And what is currently trending in the niche slash industry? When we break down each point, why it's important, how to effectively research all of it. So the first question that you want to answer when you're writing your scripts is, who are we selling to? This applies to all copywriting as well. This is a question that you always want to answer in depth and thoroughly, no matter what you're writing, whether it's a sales page, landing page, email sequence, whether it's a blog post, even. You always want to answer the question, who are we selling to? Because that allows you to break down into specific language and allows you to have a more focused message within your campaign, within your copy. Um, the easiest way to figure this out is by following the following criteria, which is figuring out the age range, the race slash ethnicity, income level and tax bracket, wants and desires, which ties into pain points and fears, current situation slash desire situation. So this whole section all ties into each other. You want to make sure that you prioritize these as well. And what problems can I, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, what is my offer solving for them, right? And once you have all of this figured out, you can transition seamlessly into the next point. And another thing, I said that these 3 points all tie into each other. All of these questions also tie into each other, right? These are all built upon each other so that once you have all four of them answered, it makes the process really easy. And once I get to this document, I'm going to go to some examples of scripts that I've written and talk about my process behind those. What are their current beliefs and how can I confirm or challenge those beliefs? Whether you want to confirm or challenge the beliefs of the ideal prospect depends entirely on your offer and the angle of the message, right? You can't figure out what beliefs you're challenging and what beliefs you're confirming without first figuring out, who am I selling to, right? Because if you don't know who you're selling to, then you don't know their beliefs. And if you don't know their beliefs, you can't challenge or confirm those beliefs. Pretty fundamental. Some people believe that college is a scam and making money online is how you achieve financial freedom. That's a belief that you confirm. Some people still need to be sold on that message and they will advocate for higher education. Like my mom, for example. That's the reason I'm in a college dorm. I'm a copywriter, digital marketer, yada yada, professional athlete, but she wants me to go to school. So, you know, that's a belief that you need to challenge. Some people think that courses are a scam. This is another belief that needs to be challenged. Others believe that courses are an investment in themselves. Now, me personally, I think it depends, right? I've never spent a dime on copywriting. However, I know people who have spent money on, say, e-commerce courses, and I think that would be a worthy investment. I wouldn't spend money on copywriting, right? I would spend money on e-commerce, maybe agency stuff, but you can also low key start that for free. maybe financial stuff, investing, right? Crypto, because that in of itself is investing, right? But having a mentor that knows these things, that's a really deep topic, but that's a ramble for another video, and so on and so on. Again, you have to answer the first question detailed, and then this part will become clear and easy, right? If your ideal prospect is a mid to late 20s 9 to 5er who hates his job and feels like he's falling behind in life, he looks around and he sees all of his peers are running with Lambos, sports cars, their dream lives, and they're financially free. He looks at his life, he's like, what am I doing? I'm stuck working this this spreadsheet job. That reminds me, a friend of mine, he said that he heard the four scariest words he's ever heard of in his life at his job, where he had a really easy job, and I think it was like a healthcare tech company. And his boss came to him and he said, "I like your spreadsheets." And he had never been more terrified in his life, because you know what that means. That means he's going to be doing more Excel, yada yada. So yeah, imagine someone who's in that position, seeing all of his friends and peers, or not even his friends and peers, but just people his age in general, making money with drop shipping, SMMA, sales, coaching, all that jazz, right? You would have an easier time confirming the belief that online business is a path to freedom. There's no resistance here. This isn't a belief that you need to challenge. There's no challenging of, yeah, this is my 9 to 5. This is for me. This is what's going to make me rich. There's no resistance there. You can figure out the beliefs of your ideal prospects through forums like Reddit or Quora, social media like Twitter or Instagram, or through articles. And once you have all this figured out, you can seamlessly transition to the next point. So I want to talk about Reddit and Quora, because a lot of people look at me funny when I talk about these, but you find a lot of indirect voice of customer data through these two forums. I know, like, the word Reddit kind of has a connotation to it. Oh, it's Reddit, you know what I mean? But no, if you look up any type of question, there's probably going to be a Reddit thread about it, right? And that includes things in business and money, finances, school, work, whatever it may be, life, right? Um, this isn't me defending Reddit. I don't use Reddit. But point being, you can find a lot of people who have certain beliefs or pain points on Reddit. You go and you look up, what do I want to do with my life? For example, like, how do you know what you want to do with your life? How did you find your dream career? How did you achieve success? There's probably a Reddit or Quora forum answering that question with a bunch of personal stories, a bunch of people who were lost and they figured out what exactly they needed to do with a specific story, a specific chain of events. Like, again, with me with copywriting, I knew that I didn't want to go to college. Again, I'm in a dorm, but parents. I knew that I wanted to be my own boss, right? And in order to be my own boss, I needed to start some sort of business. I knew that I was good at writing, and then I ran into my mentor, literally out of the blue. I was hanging out in Hamza's Discord server, the original Hamza Discord server, all the way back in 2022, before it went through a bunch of changes. I'm not in there anymore. And he was in there like, yeah, I'm teaching guys how to write copy for free. And I was like, wow, what a coincidence. And so it stuck with it. And now I am where I am right now. But, stories like that, you have to go on places like Reddit or Quora, or even social media. Like I said, you can find that on Twitter, Instagram. With those, you actually want to go to competitors, right? Competitors of yourself or your client, and you want to look through the replies. And especially Instagram, more so than Twitter, but you're going to find a lot of people who are skeptical, or a lot of people who are excited for an offer. Say you go to Iman Ghazi, for example. If you see an Iman Ghazi reel on Instagram that popped off, whether it's him or somebody else posting it, it's like a clip. You'll go to the comments and you'll see one of two things. Iman Ghazi is a fraud, or Iman Ghazi is really smart. It's the same with Andrew Tate. It's the same with anybody who's big in this space. You'll always see those two comments, and you want to look for the one that aligns specifically with your offer, if that makes sense. And from there, you'll figure out, okay, these are the beliefs that I need to confirm, or these are the beliefs that I need to challenge. And then with articles, this is just math, pinpoint, accurate, exact data. That's, it's no longer subjective. It's okay. 40% of people believe that higher education won't make them enough money to live a standard life. You no longer have to make an argument. That is a cold, hard fact. There's science, there's like surveys, math behind it, because it's a published article. Obviously, check your sources. But this is another great place to figure out this second question. And once you have all that figured out, and this is where you actually get into the meat of writing the script, writing the hook and the rehook and the following. What authority does my client / the brand have? Hooks that actually work are bold claims. I said this earlier. I said we'll dive into it a bit more. However, these bold claims need to have merit behind them, and they cannot be outrageous for the sake of being outrageous. I should have had this open already, but I actually have a list of viral hooks. And that's going to require me to go to Discord. I should have had this up already, but it's fine. I don't script my videos. I just talk. But if we go to, because this Discord was not deleted, Webflow, scripting, there's nothing here that I'm not allowed to share, and it's the first pin post. Yeah, I have 78 plus viral hook templates. Also, this is a piece of copy. 78 plus is a specific number. It's another lesson for another day. It's not just the word 80, it's 78 plus. But yeah, you have a bunch of hooks where I'm also going to probably share this in the description or the comments of the video. But yeah, like all these hooks, a very common theme is here are 5 signs why pain point of target audience. Bold claim. Right here would be a bold claim. Everything you know about related to niche is 100% wrong. Bold claim, right? So when it comes to having hooks that actually stop people from, doom scrolling, mindless scrolling, whatever it may be on Instagram and TikTok, you want to have an extremely bold claim. And usually this is accompanied by negative language like stop doing X. This strategy doesn't work in 2025, things of that nature. But in order for your bold claims to actually work, there needs to be, like I said, there needs to be merit behind it. In order for you to have merit behind it, you need to have authority. You need to be able to back it up. Elsewise, you look like a liar. And if you don't look like a liar, you look like a scammer. If you don't look like a scammer, you look like someone who's unqualified to talk about whatever it is you're talking about because you just said something outrageous and you have nothing to back it up. Now I don't want to listen to you. Now I'm not going to buy whatever it is that you're selling. The bolder a claim, the more evidence and authority you'll need to back it up. You need to give the viewer a reason to listen to you because their first question upon hearing your hook is going to be, who are you to say this? Whether you're confirming or challenging a belief, people are naturally resistant to anyone who claims to be an expert on something. This doc is also going to be in the description of the video. I'm going to have this doc and I'm going to have the viral hook templates because the viral hook templates isn't a private thing. I got this from somebody, right? I got this from somebody for free. So I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to share it in the description or the comments. You'll know by the end of the video when it gets uploaded. But yeah, especially because the best hooks not only tend to be bold claims, but they use negatives. I spoke about this. Stop doing X. X is the worst way to do this. What group of people don't want you to know about? Niche tactic does not work in 2025. Do this instead, and so on and so on. These get people to stop scrolling, but need to be backed up immediately, which is where you/your client's authority comes in. What have you done for others? How has your tactic worked better than anyone you're dismissing? What have you accomplished within the niche in your career? What metrics do you have that prove your claim? What systems have you created to nullify what you're challenging? Right? For me, at the start of this video, I didn't even make a bold claim. I just said I'm going to teach you guys how to write actual good hooks, which I guess could be considered not a bold claim, but a bit of a cocky, confident claim, right? I said I'm probably one of the best hook writers of all time. I didn't say that, but I implied it. But I immediately qualified it by saying, hey, like most of my client results have been from short form scripts on Instagram, Facebook. And it's been the ones that's made them the most money. It's been the ones that have taken startup info products to 6 figures. And so with that being said, I'm working with a dating coach right now, and I just helped her do like 34K views on a reel that I literally just came up with in like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, this probably be a really good idea. And I gave it to her and she recorded it, 34,000 views, which isn't like crazy viral, but it's also not small either. So even if you're confirming a belief, you need to have success that shows that you should be listened to. Elsewise, I could just go to someone more successful in the niche that I agree with, right? Let's say I'm not an agency owner, common misconception. I'm not an SMMA. I'm a freelancer. I'm one person, right? I build systems and funnels, yeah, but like I don't outsource anything. I literally do it all on my own, completely done for you. It's time consuming, but it's also fun and it pays well. So if I were to make a claim about SMMA, I say like, oh, this is the best SMMA model in 2025, here's why, and I have no metrics to show for it because I've never run an agency before, why wouldn't you just go to Iman Ghazi if he were to do a similar title saying his model of SMMA is the best model for 2025? That's a lot more of a believable person to go to for that type of topic. So you need to have success in the industry that you're making the claim about, or at the very least, some sort of case study, some sort of backup, right? You never want to just make claims for the sake of making claims because you know it's going to make people stop scrolling. Because other people are going to stop scrolling, but then their next question is going to be, okay, who are you to say this? Now you're cooked. And now that we understand our authority and our niche, we need to figure out what angles we want to take. And this is where the deeper research comes into play, which is what's currently trending in the niche slash industry. This is where we get into competitor research, guys. You want to find 3 to 4. That's my magic number. You can go more, or you can even just go 1 to 2. My sweet spot has always been 3 to 4. But you find 3 to 4 competitors who are going viral on Instagram or TikTok. Look at their content and see what topics are performing the best. These are the topics that you need to tackle the most. These are the topics that you need to talk about the most often, because that's what's going viral right now. That's what people want to hear about. That's what people are the most interested in. Other ways to figure out what's trending is what's happening in something related to your niche. And I'll just do it right now on my phone, right? If I go to Instagram. I'm not going to show you guys my For You page because it's a mess. I don't know why it's a mess, because all I do is agency stuff. But if I type in, let's say wholesale real estate, right? If I type in wholesale real estate, hit search, and I go to reels like this. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I could also do this on my laptop. But as you can see, it's going to bring you a bunch of reels. It's not going to order them by recency or by virality. I don't know what the order is by, because as you can see, like the very first one has 7,000 views, and then the next one has 132,000 views. So I don't know what the order is, but you can see the view count when you look at the video, so it doesn't even matter. And then you can just find the highest viewed one. So if I were running a wholesale real estate offer, I would look at this one that has 492,000 views. It has the most views out of everything else. This piece of crap property is going to make me $45,000 in the span of 30 days. Okay, cool. That's the hook I need to do. This negative expletive property is doing me X amount of money in the next time period. That's the hook I need to tackle, because that's the one that got the most views, right? This one did 800,000 views. 26 years old, I make around $300,000 per month. Currently fucking off in Los Angeles. Here's how I do it. Rebel. YouTube, please don't demonetize me. Yeah, I'm age, preferably a younger age. I make high amount of money per month, and I do whatever I want with my life. This is how I do it, right? And then he's going to immediately qualify after. It's things like that. This one has 1.8 million views. I'm not going to go through every video, but you get the point by now. Like, this is a way to find viral content in your niche. All you have to do is type it into the Instagram search bar, go to Reels, and then find the highest viewed ones and see what formulas they're using and replicate it. Don't copy it, don't plagiarize, but replicate it. There's a difference. Nothing's ever original, you guys. It's 2025. No one's ever had an original idea. It's impossible. It's dang near impossible to have an original idea nowadays. But yeah, for both of these methods, the content cannot be older than 1 month. Okay. Because that's like recency. Recency is relevancy, kind of. In this instance, recency is relevancy. So if you can avoid it, the content that you find cannot be older than 1 month. So whether you're doing the search bar tactic or you're going to your competitors, you always want to look at within 1 month of the content. And like I said, these are just some examples. Iman Ghazi just launched another info offer. Here's what Trump's presidency means for crypto. Trump's tariffs on China just killed e-commerce. These are recent events. These are current events. Trump just took office last month. His tariffs are in effect. Trump took office last month. His presidency is doing something for crypto. Iman Ghazi did indeed. So I've been told. I don't follow Ghazi anymore, but I was told he just launched another info offer for some reason. These are all current recent events that are going to get you hooks. But make sure, like I said, similar to the authority point, you want to have something that backs this up immediately. Otherwise, you're just rambling. You're just waffling. You're literally just yapping. You can say Trump's tariffs on China just killed e-commerce, but if you're not in e-commerce, you know what I mean? How I'm supposed to believe you, or I'm supposed to buy what you're selling when it doesn't make sense. If you can combine the 4 points outlined, you'll be able to craft viral hooks in your sleep. Like it's so easy. So I'm gonna go back to the top, and we're gonna break this down one more time. If you want to write good hooks for your ads or for your regular content reels or even YouTube shorts or even TikTok, you need to answer these 4 questions before you even put pen to paper, keyboard to document, whatever it may be. You need to figure out who exactly you're selling to. You need to figure out what their current beliefs are and how do you either confirm or challenge those beliefs. You need to figure out what authority do you have in the brand / industry, and you need to figure out what is currently trending. This This last one isn't as required. You can really get away with these three. This one just helps. Having current events and recent events just helps because it's stuff that people are paying attention to, and they're gonna be like, "Oh shoot, yeah, I know about this." I did a reel for a sales coach a while ago where it was around the time where the TikTok ban was just starting to get discussed. So not like earlier this year where it was like, oh, Trump being elected, he's gonna do something with the ban. No, this was like last year when it originally hit Congress in the United States, and it was when Joe Biden was still in office. He had a clip going around saying, if Congress, slides the bill, I'll sign it. And we used that clip in a reel talking about like, oh, if you're a TikTok shop owner and you're worried about going out of business, here's the business model you can pick up in literally less than a month and start replicating the same amount of money. Like things like that, where you can get a little bit more creative with the recent slash current events, and you can go viral off that. Now, I said I was also going to show you guys some examples. So I'm not going to go through all 78 viral hooks, but I am going to leave this in the description and the comments of the video. And when it comes to my website here, I have none of my stuff is behind NDA, to my knowledge. No, I wouldn't know if I signed an NDA. I'm joking. I literally have not signed one since I've started my career. But yeah, ad scripts, VSLs are kind of the same. But if people are visiting your website, then they don't really need to be hooked in, right? They're kind of already warmed to your offer. So with VSLs, you still need to hook, but it can be a little bit more lenient. IG Reel scripts, ad scripts, Hassan scripts, lead gen accelerator scripts. All of this is going to be in the description slash the comments of the video. And I'll also make a poll either on Instagram or here on YouTube of what you guys want to see next. I might cover Zapier automations in the next video, like how to make an email flow with Zapier, because there is one that I made pretty recently that I'm pretty proud of. I went over it in my introduction video of how it was like you fill out a form and you get sent an email. I might just make the video on that. We'll see. That one hasn't gotten me as much results as some of the other stuff that I've done, but I am pretty excited about it. And I think if people set it up and ran more traffic to it than I am, because I don't run traffic to my website. I should, but I don't. Then I feel like it could pop off a lot more. But yeah, that was all for today, guys. This is how you write viral hooks. This is how you write hooks that actually make people go through and sit down and watch the video, even if it's just 60 seconds. Attention spans have been fried. So you need to make sure that people are actually watching the video and then go through and buy whatever it is you're selling, or at the very least, go through your funnel, right? So yeah, that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next video where I go over the 2-step Zapier automation with emails, or whatever wins the poll. I won't include the Zapier video in the poll. I'll just make a different poll. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.